Hello and welcome to another video here at Hobbies and Happiness. My name's Dan, and today we are going over more Lorcana spoilers. Over in Paris, France, right now the GALA TCG convention is happening over there, like I said, in Paris. Now, I don't really know what this convention is. I had to do some research to figure out what this exactly is, but it looks like it's a TCG specific convention. It's got eBay's name plastered all over it. So we have Lorcana's there, MetaZoo, some other games, but again, I was not able to find a lot of information on what exactly this convention is, but suffice it to say, it's a convention and Lorcana is there. So that's all we really need to know, right? So we've got some pictures that were showing up on screen. Thanks to Mushi Report for aggregating the information, and I'm going to butcher this name, so I apologize already, but the photos come to us courtesy of faux pics of the Lorcana TCG France Discord. Again, I probably butchered that name, so I apologize. So what these photos show, it's basically, it looks like your standard convention, like a standard booth at any typical convention. They've got a lot of products are showing off. Looks like they are showing off some gameplay as well. So again, pretty standard, nothing out of the ordinary, but we did get to see six new cards. And you know what? Before we even talk about those cards, I have to give another humongous shout out to Artem of Lorcana.com. Artem has been doing a phenomenal job at getting us these images, the card images, and for these ones in particular, we've got some translations, as these were all in French, so we at least know what the cards say, because I don't speak French. So thanks to Artem for that. And again, you definitely, if you are at all interested in Lorcana, be sure to head over to his website, Lorcana.com, and see what he's building. He's been doing a phenomenal job over these past few months trying to build a pretty great Lorcana database, and he's got some good plans. So definitely go check that out. All right, so we've got cards and we're gonna talk about them. All right, the first card that we're gonna talk about is the Beast, Angry and Bitter. All right, so what we see here is we have item removal. So let's go ahead and read the Beast first. So Beast, Angry and Bitter is a 5-cost 4/4/2 inkable storyborn hero prince with the ability Destruction. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item card. All right, so one of the things I kind of want to talk about this kind of right now, but one of the things that I'm very interested in the card analysis is what you can expect when you pay X cost. So when you pay 5, in this case, when you pay 5, what can you expect from a stat line at least? So right now it's too early for me to really say what you can expect, because we just don't have all the cards. So one thing, and that's really what I'm kind of looking at in all of these spoilers and these analysis is, okay, if I pay 1, 2, 3, 4, what is this? What's standard? What can I expect when I pay this cost? And right now it feels like it's just all over the board. So we don't have enough cards to really say what you can expect. So once we have that full set, I'm going to be going through, making a list, making a database. Actually, I shouldn't say database, a spreadsheet, because I love spreadsheets, and then go from there. So that's one thing I'm really looking at heavily. And so for 5 costs, what can you expect? Right now, I don't know, but here's what the Beast gives you. It gives you a 4/4 body, which can quest for 2 lore. So that, I mean, that seems like a solid stat line, seems solid. But really the big thing here with Beast is the item removal. I do think it's on theme. I love the artwork. Okay, the artwork looks phenomenal. The question is, what is he smashing there? Is it Cogsworth? It's not Cogsworth, but what is it? That's an interesting question. I mean, I see there's a clock in the top right hand corner of the card of that artwork, so I'm really interested what it is that's in his hand. Regardless, the artwork looks phenomenal. Steel is looking to be a pretty good color, in all honesty. Steel is very much giving me red vibes in a game like Magic the Gathering with a lot of this direct damage. So, you know, time will tell what Steel ends up really showcasing for us. But again, the big thing here is that item removal in that Destruction ability. All right, the next card that we have is Prince Eric, Fiery and Brave. Prince Eric is a 2-cost 1/3/1 inkable storyborn hero prince with the ability Challenger +2. So Challenger is a keyword that means when he is challenging, this character gets +2. I believe it's attack, strength. I can't remember what that exact stat line is, but it's the offensive one. All right. So when I look at Prince Eric, I'm immediately drawn to Captain Hook, Forceful Duelist. Again, in steel and that Challenger +2. So Prince Eric is slightly upgraded because, I mean, the only difference between Captain Hook and Prince Eric is the defense stat. Again, I think it's willpower. It's going to take me a minute. It's going to take me a minute to really get this down. So Captain Hook is a 1-2-1, Eric is a 1-3-1. So is it really worth it for just one additional cost? Both cards are inkable, so you can use both as resources. But what will be good is, Captain Hook turn 1, Eric turn 2 in a sort of aggressive deck, a deck that's looking to challenge. Or again, maybe turn 1, you put down Captain Hook, turn 2, you put down Prince Eric. And then if you're able, well, you really wouldn't be able to give Prince Eric rush at that point because you've already used all of your resources. So on turn 2, you're able to quest for 1 with Hook and then have Prince Eric on board. And then to turn 3, you are able to, for all intents and purposes, you have a total of 3 attack power for Captain Hook and then 3 attack power for Prince Eric. So you've got a total of 6 challenging power, I should say, on board that you're ready to do anything with. But again, if it's on your turn, again, this is really interesting, okay? Because again, like analyzing play patterns and that's where the whole card analysis really comes into play. So I'm really interested to get the entirety of the set so I can really dive deep into these cards, the stat lines, and what you can expect for what. But again, that Challenger +2 seems pretty strong, especially early game. So time will tell how well that's going to be moving forward. But yeah, that's what we got for Prince Eric. Solid card. I think it's a solid card, right? So, but he is coming in at that common rarity, and that's another thing. What are these rarities going to be worth moving forward as well? So again, that's Prince Eric, Fiery and Brave. Speaking of stat lines, we've got 2 vanilla cards that we're going to go over real quick. The first one is another steal. It is Goons, Minions of Maleficent. So the Goons, I like the name Goons. I love these characters from Sleeping Beauty. Anyway, the Goons, Minions of Maleficent is a 1-cost 2/2/1 inkable Storyborn ally. So again, for 1 cost, you get a stat line of 2/2/1. That's it. That's all you're getting. So for 1 cost, you're getting 5 total stats. Again, I don't know if it's good or not. I do not know. So far. So again, I'm waiting to see on a lot more of these cards and then just start diving into those numbers. So the Goons is the first one. The next one is Jasmine Disguised. Jasmine Disguised is a 3-cost 3/3/2 inkable Storyborn princess in Sapphire. So, okay, so now we've got 3 cost. We're getting a total stat line of 8. 3 attack, 3 defense, 2 quest, 2 lore. Okay, so you can quest for 2 lore. So for 3 costs, you're getting 8 total, just under half, right? I should say either half or just over 2, depending on how you want to look at it. For 3, the way that I was initially looking at it is the amount you put in resources, you can expect X2 in your total stat line. So for Jasmine, you put in 3, you could expect 6. You're getting a little more than that. 3/3/2, so that's a total of 8, right? With the Goons, and that's another weird one because again, now we're talking for 1 cost, you're getting a whole lot more. One cost, you're getting 2/2/1 for a total of 5. So that's well above the rate that we were just talking about of X2, right? So again, it's going to be more cards. I need more cards. So, but just based off of pure stat line, the Goons seem a little bit better just based off of what total stat lines you're going to get. So again, but it's like you can only quest for 1. There's a lot more that goes into it. So that's why I'm just like, I want to see more of these. But this is the first Jasmine card. I'm a fan of the artwork. I really do like the artwork for Jasmine. But again, nothing really there just because we just have a couple of vanilla character cards. All right, the next card that we have is Aurora, Briar Rose. Aurora is a 4-cost 2/5/1 inkable Storyborn hero princess in Sapphire with the ability Disturbing Reality. Excuse me, Disturbing Reality? That would be Disturbing Beauty. That makes more sense. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Disturbing Beauty. When you play this character, chosen character gets a -2 attack for the rest of the turn. I think it's strength, whatever it is, that offensive stat line, that one. So this is another Scar effect, okay? So we've seen Scar before. So Scar Mastermind, 6 cost, 5/4. We don't know how much lore he quests for, I don't believe. But his ability, Insidious Plot, says when you play this character, chosen opposing character gets -5 attack this turn. So Scar is 6, giving character -5. Then you look at Aurora for 4, only giving them -2. I mean, that's a lot worse. However, Aurora does have a much larger defensive stat line, or as we like to say in the TCG community, she's got a big butt. Which she really does. I mean, 2, 5. So Aurora. So again, you're putting 4 into this. Okay, so 4 costs, you're getting 2, 5, 1. Let's go back to what we were talking about, just based off of base stats. So if I'm getting 4, I would expect 8, right? If we're going off of that X2, right? But you're only getting a total, you are 2, 5, 7 plus that 1. There's your 8. So yeah, you are getting that X2 for what you're putting into it. So I mean, this is very early for me to be even talking about this, but this is just what's been on my mind. So that's pretty on rate. But let's actually look at this, right? And apply this to Scar, because again, I think this is another card that can correlate pretty well with Aurora. So Scar, 6 cost, 5/4. So for Scar, okay, so Scar at 6, we're getting into the upper end of the curve. 5/4, that's 9. If I would expect at X2, I would expect Scar to quest for 3. If Scar quests for 3, oh my goodness, Scar's gonna be really good. But that would be the rate that we're expecting. So again, this is where I'm taking a step back and just telling you, this is very early for me to even be thinking anything of the sort. But I wouldn't be surprised if Scar quested for 3, just based off of my initial thoughts of figuring this out. But talking about Aurora, pretty good. I mean, not bad. She does come in at a common. So again, with the whole rarity, how powerful, non-powerful are legendary super rares, those types of cards going to be, and how much are they going to affect the meta? We'll see. Or are we just going to see a ton of commons and uncommons dominate the meta? Who knows? Who knows? Time will tell. But yeah, that's Aurora. I think solid. I mean, again, this is another Aurora that you can shift onto, with the Aurora that shifts. I can't remember the name, but it is the one that gives your stuff ward. But again, that Aurora cost 5, and that's a whole other thing. That's a whole other topic, a whole other video topic for another day, is shifting, and what you're giving up, what you're gaining, all that good stuff. So this is just another target for that Aurora card. So Aurora, Briar Rose with that Disturbing Beauty ability. All right, and our final card, we've got a beauty here. It is Smash. Smash is a 3 cost inkable action in steel, which says deal 3 damage to the chosen character. So here's our 3 damage spell, but it costs 3. All right, so it's 3 damage, it costs 3. But it is inkable, so you can use this card as a resource. All right, what am I going to say? What card am I going to talk about next? It's Fire the Cannons. Fire the Cannons, for 1, deals 2 damage to chosen character. Okay, so let's look at these and let's try to analyze this, okay? So for 1 cost with Fire the Cannons, I'm getting 2 damage, okay? But it is not inkable, okay? So you cannot use Fire the Cannons as a resource, okay? So for 1... So, oh man, this is really weird. This is really hard, and I'm trying to figure this out on the fly, kind of, because what's a resource worth, okay? Because again, now if you look at Smash for 3, you're getting 3 damage. So based off of that, would tell me a resource. The fact that you can use a card as a resource, what does it cost? Like, what is that cost? I need to sit down and actually figure that out, but I think this gives us the answer on what cost what, okay? So if Fire the Cannons was inkable, If Fire the Cannons was inkable, I'd expect Fire the Cannons to be 2, to cost 2. If Fire the Cannons was inkable, I would expect this card to cost 2. So what that tells me is the card being used as a resource is worth 1. It's worth 1 whole resource, okay? So let's follow that. If we're gonna see a deal 3 damage card that's not inkable, I'd expect that to cost 2. So 2 cost. So it would be 2 cost, but it would not be inkable. That would deal you your 3 damage. That's what I would expect based off of Smash and Fire the Cannon. So, I mean, I like Smash because, again, it's direct damage. Some have said removal. It could be used as removal, but this is not a removal spell. It is a direct damage spell. So more of these cards are good. They are very, very good. So let's see more. Let's see more. I mean, you're probably not going to see... I mean, they've already told us that one cost on inkable, you're gonna expect 2 damage, you know, because you can't go less than 1 resources. So how high are they willing to take this? That would be an interesting question. How high are we willing to take this? Are we gonna see a 5 damage spell? Are we gonna see 6? What are we going to see here? What else are we going to see, and how much is it going to cost? But the next thing for me that I'm waiting for, board wipe. That's the next thing that I want to see is a board wipe. So yeah, that is Smash, and this is the first card where we get to see Marshmallow, one of the best characters in all of the Frozen franchise. That is right, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen. Marshmallow is the best character in all of Frozen. All right. Some will say blasphemy. To each his own. But again, I am a fan of the artwork, and I really do like Marshmallow. I also like marshmallows too. Those are very good to eat. Yes. All right. Well, that's all we got for you today. I'm not expecting any more cards from this convention, but if we see some, we'll make sure we get you covered, and we'll show you them all. My guess would be tomorrow, is because this convention is only a 2-day convention. What we do have coming up is GAMA. GAMA is on Monday and Tuesday, and to be honest with you, I'm expecting a lot of stuff here. I'm expecting a lot of stuff from GAMA, so I'm very excited to see what we're gonna see Monday and Tuesday, and how many new cards we're gonna see from Lorcana. So if you want to see those cards, be sure stay tuned here. Make sure you hit that like button so you can like the video. So hit that subscribe button so you can be notified when we release new videos, and you can see the new Lorcana content and the new cards right when they release. And yeah, we'll get you covered. So thanks everybody for being here. Really appreciate it, and we'll catch you in the next video. See you, everybody.